Hello everybody and welcome back to Modded Enter the Gungeon. We are back once again in the breach and we have plenty of hegemony credits to use this time around. Not too many places to spend them, unfortunately, but we have plenty ready to go, so we'll be buying a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. A little bit of everything we can possibly get, and we have plenty left over for next time. We'll grab ourselves a lovely little hat and see what we want to go with. Do you know what? Propeller hat? Why not? I love a little propeller hat. Let's jump into a run and see what we can make happen. Hopefully, we can defeat the convicts past as well this run. We'll be trying to do all the pasts for the first sort of big achievement we can do on this new save file, as well as just finding all the weird and wacky modded stuff we can. By the way, I just have to say, the first episode has gone out as of recording this, and a huge thank you to all the support on the first episode. It has been really, really, really nice to see how many people are interested in the new save file, and that's no small thanks to the thumbnails that Never Named helped me create. He created the TheTurtleMelon character art for me, and you'll be seeing that, not in every thumbnail, but you'll be definitely seeing it again in thumbnails coming up. Maybe this one, I don't know, we'll see what fits. But yeah, also as well, all of you that have been commenting, ooh, we've unlocked the future floor, very nice. All of you that have been commenting, making sure that you leave likes, and people that are new subscribing, it's been really, really awesome to see. And of course, as of previous episodes, I will ask once again for those of you that want to keep the series going to do that. And also as well, many of you have actually given some pretty positive feedback about me going in and reading the Ammonomicon entries for the modded items. That was a terrible roll. Those of you that actually create the mods, as well as some of you that are just new to the modding scene, or maybe just haven't seen as much in the modding scene, have been telling me that you really like that, for the vast majority of you. So that's really awesome to see, and I'll definitely try and keep that up. It, of course, does slightly slow down the episodes of the runs, but for those of you that maybe don't care as much about the info, it's very easy to just skip 5 seconds ahead and skip that part of the video. But I really appreciate that a lot of you seem to like that as a new addition. It's something that I never really used to do before, mainly because I'm actually pretty bad at reading. I've got a bit of dyslexia, so I thought that it would be painful to listen to me read those, and I thought it might get a little too repetitive, but I actually quite like it. I've been enjoying reading them. There's a lot of info in there that I didn't know about some of the guns and items I'm getting, as well as just, ooh, I think this is a good room, you know. I think this is a room where we get a key kin at the end. A lot of good info, as well as some cool lore. Like, obviously, a lot of the modders have done their research and are actually building on top of the vanilla game's lore in the items they create. Sometimes maybe not, but they're at least sticking to the sort of guides of what Gungeon lore offers, and I really appreciate that as well. I think that's really cool. I don't know if that fire's going to kill that guy. I would suspect not. We'll use the sawn off here because we can stand really close and get some good damage. But yeah, I think we've got a bullet wave coming after this, if I remember correctly. Yeah. I knew we had bullets coming soon. And then after this, we've got the Keykins. Keykins, obviously, priority number 1. We'll try and get that guy. Yeah. Pretty good room. It's a hard room. Definitely a hard room, but you get rewarded pretty heavily for it. It's a really, really nice room to find on the first floor. Also, one of the good things about that room is, for those of you that don't know the way that casings work in Enter the Gungeon, you can only get a set amount of casings per floor, so finding more enemies on a floor doesn't actually result in you getting more casings for that floor. There's only a set amount you can get, but getting a room like that means you get a vast majority of your casings quite early on. Now, do we want to go and try do the future floor? I think we do. It's a brand new floor that is an alternate version of the oubliette. If we see that sign there and we go and touch it and then come to the oubliette, it will instead be a clean version of the oubliette that's quite a bit harder, but offers us an additional chest at the end. Ooh, this is great. So this is a unique modded chest. I believe it's from Children of Caliber, I believe is the mod, its name. This is a bullet modifier chest, so you always get a bullet modifier, and it can be of any tier. So this time we got the injector rounds. These custom-made rounds pump in any ailments or debuffs into your enemies, causing it to burst into a pool when killed. It's also pointer and aerodynamic. I think that means pointier, doesn't it? Pointer and aerodynamic. An experimental ammo type that would allow the storage of nutrients for ease of use. They fell out of the sight quickly when people realized you literally had to shoot yourself in the foot to gain their benefit. Some crafty adventure, however, improvised. Increased damage and player projectile speed. If any enemy has been shot, it will keep track of all debuffs it has. When the enemy dies, it creates a pool of goop of whatever debuff it currently had. If the enemy had multiple debuffs, it will select one at random. Will attempt to create goops with debuffs from other mods with varying success. Interesting. So for right now, it's just giving us a damage bonus and a projectile speed bonus, which, I'll be honest, I definitely don't dislike. That's a really good benefit. I do like it when items or guns that maybe have niche effects have some sort of built-in effect for when you don't have the sort of niche interaction going on. It feels a little less like you've been robbed. So that's a good bullet modifier to have, and hopefully if we get some debuffs that we can apply, like fire or whatnot, that could be interesting. The only downside is going to be creating fire pools and so forth is going to be a little bit sketchy. See, like there, look, that enemy was a freeze enemy and it created an ice pool. Yeah, so certain pools are maybe not going to be the best for us. Of course, we got a shop here. We got ourselves a heart bottle, which I think we just unlocked. We've also got ourselves the Pulsar. Projectiles gain knockback and explosive after traveling for some time. Ooh, that's kind of an interesting idea. And that's from Knife to a Gunfight. Okay, we'll hold off on buying any from the shop right now. Actually, to be fair, no, we could get an NPC. I'll hold off. I was going to say we might want to grab a key, but honestly, we've got 2 keys in our back pocket right now, and we have one in the shop, so we can guarantee we can buy one. So we can, if we find a fused chest, for example, we can just buy a key and be fine. It's not like we're going to be unable to get to the oubliette if we do that, or the future floor, should I say. The only difficulty with the future floor, and a caveat I have to go into it on this run, is it is pretty tough. So I really would like to get a decent weapon before we go down there, because I don't think the sawn-off is really going to carry us the distance. So yeah, we're going to open this up. The Corsair is not exactly what I'm looking for, but we did get this as well, and that's a heart container. Of course, that gives us 3.5 curse, but as I've said previously, I actually do quite like having a bit of curse, so I think we're ready. I think we're ready. Now, one thing I do want to do as well is quickly check to see if we can get ourselves a secret room found. That would be rather nice. Now, I don't actually know with the shape of this room where the secret room would actually preside, so forgive me if I don't find it, but we'll see. Pretty unlikely to be there. Could be here. Could be there. No, we're not getting it anywhere there. Okay, let's go and do our boss. The Corsair, I probably won't use the Corsair for the boss here, but honestly, I think it's a vastly underrated... Oh, I set myself on fire immediately there. I think it's a vastly underrated gun. I think it's actually a lot better than most people give it credit for. I feel like it's one of those guns that kind of gets treated as D tier or like a pretty meh gun. I actually really like it because it's a set it and forget it sort of gun. I really like guns like that where you just fire it and let it do its thing and you don't have to think about it. And it allows for like hot swapping and doing a lot of good with that. You can have like your Corsair on one gun and a better gun on the other. You fire a few Corsair shots when you enter the room, let that do its thing, and all the while you get out your other gun and just go to work with it. It really depends on the guns that you have, but especially for these upcoming rooms we'll see in the future floor, that's going to be really nice. Now, I'm playing this a little fast and loose with the pillar here. I'm not exactly fond of the way this is going, especially now that I've put fire down, but we can lead him back into it, which is nice. There you go. Yeah, that didn't go too badly. We got our flawless, and our health is looking very nice right now. In fact, so good that we can probably go here. And we got the hook gun, which is going to have yet more curse on it, which does worry me. Our curse is already up there. But we did get an additional key out of that as well, I think. So let's pop down here and see if we want to trade a heart, considering we have the availability. Interesting. So, we have Explosive Birth. If I remember correctly, any explosion will create mini projectiles. We have Greed is good. I genuinely don't remember what Greed is good does. And we have Patience. I think this gives you something on your next run. I think I'm going to take Patience in this case. I feel like I can go for that and feel pretty comfortable with it. And getting something on our next run is decent. So let's go back to our shop real quick and we'll grab an additional key here. And there's not much else we're going to be able to afford. Of course, we could buy some additional armor just to sort of bolster our ability to survive on this next floor. But I'm reasonably confident in my abilities. And also, we got this hook gun here, which we'll take a look at now. An old device, though immaculately maintained. The executioner of the Gungeon proper knows its true purpose. Okay, very short description on that. And I don't exactly remember what it does. Let's fire it once and see. Oh, okay. It pulls a hook from the wall towards us. Kind of like the fat line, I believe the gun's called. Or flatline, I can't remember the name. But I think, considering it's a B tier and considering its ammo count, it'll be pretty good. And I suspect, considering it gave us Curse, and because it's a pseudo melee weapon, it probably has some level of piercing based on the projectile, which would be extremely nice. Because some of these rooms, I will tell you, are absolutely brutal on this floor. The boss isn't too bad. It's just a poison version of the Blobulord, which has a bit more health and is a little bit harder in some ways, but for the most part isn't that much different. But this floor, for one, really cool, as you can see, but goddamn does it have some difficulty associated with it. So we're always going to charge a Corsair shot and get a few of those going at the start of the room, probably 3. And then we're going to see if this thing has piercing. Ooh, it has bleed. Interesting. Now, one thing I'm curious about, okay, that's interesting. One thing I'm curious about here, will the bleed create a status effect pool that applies bleed? I doubt it. So this isn't, it's a good gun. It doesn't have piercing, but you've actually got to be, you've got to kind of use it in a specific way. Nice health there. I probably shouldn't have stored that, to be honest. We got a fridge in here. Yeah, it's kind of hard to use at distance. You've kind of got to be near a... Oh, that was a bad hit. You've kind of got to be near a wall. Like, see how I'm trying to hit this enemy and it just won't hit them? Oh my god, okay. Taking some bad damage here. Yeah, these large rooms make the hook gun pretty bad. So, like, if we're standing here, for example, it doesn't even reach. It only reaches so far from the wall. So, realistically, we've got to angle ourselves and position ourselves in a way to make this weapon work. So, in a room like this, it's great. Because it's got good damage, and we can easily hit the enemy because they're large targets. Oh, that's a very large target. Okay. Ah, my god. Okay, it is creating a status effect pool. However, I don't know if it's working as intended. Which it did say that modded pools may not work, so that's absolutely fine. I'm not expecting it to work with every pool of whatever. Ooh, look at these little fellas dropping down. I'm a little bit worried about my health right now, I'll be honest. Little bit worried. The good thing about this gun is we can actually do a good amount of work from relative safety here, as you can clearly see. Because the shots are going to pierce through walls. I actually really like this gun. Really like this gun. I love the fact that it has a pretty significant downside attached with it, which is why it's the tier it is. But it still is effective in what it does. Like, for the purpose that it's built for, it's actually pretty good. Okay, nice. And I like the fact that because it hits enemies from behind, it's actually really good at knocking enemies into pits, especially if they're, like, on a ledge. And we'll open this straight away. We could have better things, but we got ourselves the Big Bertha. A big launcher for an even bigger lady. The burst grenade launcher was designed and wielded by the one and only Big Bertha. A juggernaut of the resistance fighters. In the frontier wars, she would carry out bombing runs from the ground, not the sky. Now, it's a little unfortunate we didn't get the explosive birth effect. That would have been really good right now, especially considering the ammo count on this thing. It's actually kind of absurd how much ammo this has. I expected a weapon of this caliber, looking at its sprite and seeing what chest we got it from, I thought I'd have like 50 ammo. So let's just fire it and see. Okay, so it's a full clip burst. This would have been really good with explosive birth, which means we're probably going to want to look out for explosive birth coming up. Now, we don't want to use all of its ammo. Okay, we do want to use it on these big boys. Oh my god, the damage is incredible. Incredible. It's a little dangerous that it does drag the enemy sort of towards you in a way. It's a bit overkill on that guy, but... Yeah, we kind of want to use it where appropriate on the larger enemies that we have trouble hitting with the hook weapon, the hook gun. I love this. This is so cool. The really good combo of stuff we got going on right now. Now, remember, we've got a heart in our little machine here. And for right now, I am just going to buy the key. Although I do realize that I should probably try and hold off until we see if there's another NPC on this floor. We did grab ourselves this. Rather nice. Of course, as well, we want to be saving. A good amount of Big Bertha shots for the boss. Quickly grab out the Corsair for this guy. Honestly, the rest of this room we can probably. From a distance like that, we can just let the Corsair do its thing. 2 armor's really nice. Oh my god. Very nice. These big boys, having the Bertha is incredibly nice. Unfortunately, though, the Bertha is going to just absolutely chunk through ammo very, very quickly. Now, the good thing about this is we can just kind of set this, like I said, set it and forget it. Let these shots do their thing. Run rampant on that room. We got a blue chest. Okay, we're not seeing secret room here either. We're going to hold off on opening that just for now, in case there's anything we might want to use out of the key on. Because remember, we do get a chest at the end of this floor for beating the boss. That was close. Oh my god. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I didn't want to use the Big Bertha ammo there, because the enemies were fairly weak. But I was getting penned in there. Okay. This is a Big Bertha room if I've ever seen one. Ooh, jammed enemies there were certainly testing me. Lost both my bits of armor, which is unfortunate. Also, I just like the fact that the Corsair, you can prepare for the next wave of enemies very easily. You can also do this as well, which is kind of cheesy. You can basically set up the room ready for when you enter it. It's not always effective because you don't know what the room's going to look like, but it is plausible to get some good things going on with that. Also, as well, something that I didn't really note when we first got the Big Bertha. As you can see, the explosives are destroying. They are destroying enemies' bullets when we shoot it at them, which is just defensively quite useful as well. You can see the injector rounds creating poison pools. It'd be really nice to get like a hazmat suit or something here. Ooh, we got a secret room. This is one of the mini secret rooms I was talking about in the last episode. It's an unfortunate thing to get, really. It's a bit of a waste of what's it called? Of a blank, to be honest. Especially considering we've got a relatively hard boss coming up. I wouldn't say hard, but one that I'd like to have both my blanks for, at least. Okay, we're doing good on keys. We can go and open that blue chest now. Very nice. The hook gun does well. Okay, so let's go and open our blue chest. Let's quickly check for a mimic first. Please remember to do that. Nope, and we got something pretty good. For one, this does put us on the path to getting the Gun Knight synergy if we get all the Gun Knight pieces, although unlikely. The better thing is we get 1 piece of armor every floor from this, which is just a nice bit of safety to have. I like that a lot. Okay, we're probably going to exclusively use the Big Bertha here. I imagine it'll do a world of damage to this guy. I mean, we've seen so far how much it's doing to the regular enemies. The only downside about a gun like this is, unfortunately, it fires all its shots at once unless we roll in between, which does mean that we're going to be hitting damage cap. So realistically, what we want to do is we want to fire a few, roll, fire a few. It's a bit tedious, so I don't want to be always doing it. But it does mean we're going to avoid wasting ammo, which I think is nice. Okay, we found a little safety spot here. Of course, we've got to slightly worry about the poison that's going on right now. It is still doing good damage on its own, though. Oh, I love destroying the bullets like that. We don't have to constantly worry about boss damage cap, I guess. It's just, when you can avoid it, it's nice to avoid it, of course. yet again, staying against the wall here provides us a nice amount of safety. And honestly, I'm not going to waste ammo here. He's relatively close to the wall. We can hit him with a hook gun. I might as well finish him off with that rather than wasting another Big Bertha magazine. And we get ourselves, for one, we got ourselves a golden casing there, which is very nice. We also got ourselves the anchor, which is yet more curse. Okay. And a master round as well. Okay. The anchor is, we got this for going in and grabbing one of these items previously. Weakens the fabric of reality to grant consistent entry points between dimensions. Holds a small blue orb. Okay, so this guarantees entry to the lead to beyond the Gungeon. So the floor that we got this from, we get a guaranteed entry. That's actually quite nice, because like I said, explosive birth, if we can grab it, would be really nice. We got another chest here. We'll grab that. And this is table tech stun, which is a vanilla item. Not exactly the most impressive, of course. And we're going to quickly check on a secret room. I'm going to go for this one. Unfortunately not. Okay. Away we go. We've set ourselves up nicely, and we managed to play a pretty fun floor there. I reckon we can get away without using the Big Bertha on the next floor until the boss, because realistically, I was using it on that floor because, as you could see, there's some much harder enemies than would typically appear at that point in the game. I feel like going to the future floor is certainly something that you do not want to risk unless you have good weaponry or you're quite confident in your skill at the game, because the rooms and the enemies that show up are not the easiest, which I think is not a bad thing. I've seen quite a few things online in the like on Reddit and things previously when people say, "Oh, modded Enter the Gungeon's too difficult." I really think it's just because people jump in expecting it to be the same level of difficulty as the vanilla game. But realistically, inherently, in my opinion, if you're playing the game modded, it should be very likely that you finished the vanilla game, or at least got close to, or at least like you understand it pretty thoroughly. So in which case, you would expect, if you're going to go and play modded content, that it's going to be harder. That was very close. Only just got that keek in there. The hook gun kind of let me down because this room was rather large there, so I was a little bit thrown. Yeah, the hook gun is doing a bad job in this room. Knowing its limits is important with this gun, clearly. Oh, and another key as well. Fantastic. Now, curiously enough, we could do ourselves the Nord key here, but remember, we don't have it unlocked yet. We have to pay 1,000 to get it unlocked. And we take money off slowly until we can afford it, which, honestly, I don't really want to do. I think I'm going to buy the key, and then I'm going to do that. Oh, wait. Now, that isn't how that's meant to work. I'm not exactly sure what's happened here, but I guess we're going to the rat now. Yeah, so I think I told you previously that we have a mod on that adds, it's called Safety Floors, I believe, which adds the ability to get this here, so you can go to the RNG department, as well as the old crest on the table, as you saw there. And it did mention that the rat key can always be purchased, but it will put you in debt if you can't afford it. I did not think that would also stand to reason to do that if you didn't have it unlocked yet. So that's probably more of a mishap from the mod developer than anything else, just because I imagine they probably didn't think of many people playing a new save file with the mods. So that's not exactly what we're looking for, and we basically no longer have money for the rest of this run, which is not ideal, which is one of the reasons I actually think we should go to the rat, because if we can beat him, which honestly, don't know if I can, it's been a long time, if we can beat him, then we get quite a lot of extra loot out of it, so we kind of need that loot, considering our money situation is basically ruined for the rest of this run. Funny. Nice. Ammo-wise, I think I'll probably go for the Big Bertha. That thing is trucking along and carrying us heavily, so I want to keep that going. Oh, we mega jammed an enemy there. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. Oh, that was a sketchy room. Oh, we got a black chest here. Also, it's not on its pedestal. Cheeky black chest. We get ourselves whatever the hell this thing is. The Deplacer Cannon. Let's take a little look, see what this does. Goodbye. Deplaces enemies through time and space to somewhere else. They're too weak to withstand the vortex. Those too weak to withstand the vortex will be lost amongst the border worlds of reality. We're going to take our problems and displace them somewhere else. So, if I remember correctly, what this does is it will kill an enemy, pseudo-kill an enemy, and it will actually just place it somewhere else on the floor / somewhere else in the run. So, it's interesting. It's very limited on ammo, and I imagine it's going to charge. We'll give it a go in this room here. So that enemy will now appear elsewhere, which I feel for S tier it has quite low ammo if it only works on like one enemy. But it does insta-kill them. Maybe it works on one enemy type. I don't know. That would seem very strong though. I don't know. I don't know exactly how this works, but it's an interesting one. I doubt it'll do anything to the boss though. I mean, it might, but I doubt it. For right now, we're just going to displace the big boys. Damn you, hook gun. I'm getting screwed over by the hook gun. I need to maneuver myself to allow it to hit. When an enemy's like dead center of the room, it's so funny. I just can't quite get it. But yeah, so it essentially kind of allows you to make one floor a lot easier for the downside of making other floors a lot harder. So in which case, I think my best course of action is to actually save the ammo on this thing for the forge and use it on the forge. Okay, there you go. It displaced it into this room. Okay. I don't know how to feel about that. Like, it's a really cool idea, but it doesn't seem very good for S tier, because you still have to fight them. And worst of all, actually, you still have to fight them in a room that might be less advantageous to fight that enemy because it wasn't designed for it. The hell is this thing? Head of the Scribe. When entering combat, applies Frail to all enemies. Frail's double damage received from projectiles, but depletes very quickly. Okay. Yeah, I feel like it could actually be a major downside, because, yeah, you might have to fight the same enemy, but in a much more like difficult room to fight them in. So Frail gets removed immediately upon them being hit. Good to know. Nice. I'm probably just gonna use out the rest of the Corsair ammo here. Yeah, maybe it doesn't always displace them onto the same floor. Maybe that was just a random chance. Okay, we've cleared out this floor. Right. Let's get our bomb. Hopefully we can grab a flawless here and get explosive bear. I am going to try and displace the boss just to see what happens. Okay, I missed. So that's not a great first step, is it? Okay, it does do decent damage to the boss, I will say. This weapon doesn't function in this boss fight because the the fucking... Oh, this is going to be a rough boss fight for us. The projectiles just get like going straight into the water and don't do anything. So this is going to be a slightly rough boss fight for us. It's going to take us a while. In fact, it's probably worth us using... Ow. That's terrible, terrible. I was really hoping for a flawless here. It's probably worth us using the Deplacer Cannon just to deal some good damage to this boss, despite it not being the best for us. It's not exactly what you'd want me to use this weapon on. But... we don't really have much of a choice of killing this boss quickly otherwise. Ah, I got fucking stoned there. I shouldn't say I got stoned. That sounds a bit different than what I'm intending to say. It actually does really good damage to bosses, to be honest. She's going to go under the water soon, isn't she? But yeah, I didn't expect the big Bertha grenades to get eaten by the water. That's not something I've seen before with explosives. Only with, like, the Molotov and stuff. The animation of this gun, by the way, is really nice. Definitely a waste of ammo on that thing, but we'll get more ammo back. And we got ourselves... Is that an S tier? What is that thing? We got ourselves... Oh, no, it's an A tier. Okay. By the way, if you're wondering, I have a mod on that enables these borders, which tells you the tier. So blue border is obviously B tier, green border is A tier, red border is A tier. Sorry, that... C tier, B tier, A tier, you know what I mean, and then S tier. Sorry, I said that wrong. Let's take a little look at what that does, shall we? The Shard of Noach. Applies focus to the owner when entering combat. Focus significantly increases damage, but is removed when getting hit or standing too close to bullets. So we gain a massive damage boost when we enter a room, and enemies have frailty. This could be quite good for us, especially with something like the Corsair. Honestly, the Corsair could go really hard for us right now. Ooh, wow. It's just all stats up, and all stats up. Now, we do only have one master round to trade here, so we'll only be able to do this with the one. I'll definitely take that. All stats up is very nice. I'm happy with my health right now, so I'm good to go for that. And we will jump into here and unlock this Mr. Man here. Cool. Right, we are good to go. And remember, we're going to try and do the rat floor on the next floor here, so we do need to remember to do that. Going to make the run a little longer, but I think it's going to be fun to do. Give it a go and see exactly what we can make of it. It's been a very long time since I fought the rat, so please forgive me if I'm terrible at it. In fact, are we going to be able to fight the rat? Because I don't know the maze code. I've just realised. I don't think I'm going to be able to fight the rat. I mean, I'll attempt it. I'll see if I can just remember what this save file's code is off the top of my head. But I'm going to guess that I can't remember it, honestly. I'm going to guess I can't remember it. But yeah, right now we've actually got a pretty strong setup with this Shard of Noach and the Head of the Scribe. We're going to be dealing a lot of damage early on. I don't know how much we get in terms of damage boosts from this, but you can see that little aura we had around us is indicating if a bullet gets within that aura, we lose the damage boost. Or an enemy, I imagine, yeah. But it's clearly doing some good for us already. Oh, he actually had created a frailty pool there. Wasn't expecting that. I've gone all the way around here. My bad. My bad, little guy. Oh, God. I did not see you. You are very hard to hit in this situation. I'm going to line up with you and fire straight. Oh, my God. I cannot hit you with this. Okay. Oh! Completely forgot that was still going around. My bad. You know, I haven't been using my Molotov very effectively recently, so I should try and use that. Nice. Yeah, we're clearing out rooms very quickly. I'm just going to pop these 2 rounds off just to empty my gun so I remember what I've got ammo and what I don't. I'm very curious to see how well the Big Bertha performs against a mini-boss. Because if you didn't know, mini-bosses do not have boss damage caps, which means they can be killed very quickly. So... Oh my god. As you can clearly see, this guy got basically annihilated. Unfortunately, I did get hit by him, but not to worry. We got a black chest from him as well. Wow. Okay, we'll take Corsair. Was not expecting a black chest. And what the hell is this thing? The Starfruit. We've been getting really lucky with high-tier weapons and items, to be honest. Increases most stats. Oh, we've got an all stats up and an all stats up. This mysterious fruit tastes different to all who eat it. By the way, I really appreciated, and this isn't sarcasm, that kind of came off of sarcasm, it isn't. I do really appreciate that a lot of you in the comments have been pointing out what references certain guns and items are if I miss them. I am really, really happy for you to do that, so I don't know what Starfruit is from. The only thing I can think is it maybe like Super Mario Galaxy or something? I don't think it is, but it feels, or like Terraria or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but if any of you know what this might be from, then please do shout it out. I'm really happy to receive those comments, especially if you guys can give any more info on like maybe something about the game itself. Alright, increase stats, increase our mag count here as well, look. God damn it, Hook Gun. You're so close to being amazing. I think the starfruit is giving our bullets like a little bit of a yellow tinge to them. I wonder if having extra range would help there. An additional key. We're doing very well on keys right now, I will say. I think, honestly, the Corsair is our go-to right now. It's going to be so good for just, like, general room-to-room combat with all the additional stats we have. It's doing, like, probably, like, triple damage for what it's normally doing, like, for the first shot of entering a room. It'd be really, really nice if we can get one of the synergies for the Corsair. One downside to modding, especially with this many guns and items, is it does make vanilla synergies a lot harder to come across. But just keep in mind, one thing that some of you may not know, there's a mod that we use in this pack, and if you're using the same pack as me, you'll be using the same one, called Equilibrium, which is a mod that essentially balances the weight or the likelihood of all items showing up, which means that even if you have a ton of mods installed, you're still going to find vanilla items. Or for example, if you have once more Into the Breach, which adds like hundreds and hundreds, or versus another item mod that only adds 20, you'll still see those 20 items. It's not like they'll never show up. Ugh. Shield of the Maiden is garbage. I do not care for it whatsoever. Okay, that's our regular boss right here, right? Oh, wait, no. What is this? Oh! I forgot about this. Hello. I completely forgot about this. Okay. I'm here for you. Manny says hi. Okay. I remember this fight being a little bit difficult, but that might have been because I was a noob when I first did this. I do remember he has some bulletkin with him, doesn't he? No, not bulletkin. Gun nuts. But apparently have a lot more health than normal. Okay. Some hits there that I aren't the proudest of, but we did get a portal for this, though, which is interesting. I wasn't expecting that. Not that we can afford anything from it, unless the safety round counts. That'd be kind of crazy if it does. Right. Hello. Humiliating indeed. Cool. Okay, we didn't even get explosive birth here anyways. This one's crazy. Glass is pretty much exactly what you think. Turns you into a glass cannon, removes a lot of your health, but gives you an insane amount of damage. Very risky, but kind of saucy. Have we seen our rat room yet, by the way? I haven't been watching out for it. It's been so long. I don't think we've seen it. I feel like I would have noticed. This weapon's doing a great job, by the way, right now. I wasn't expecting to get the demon hand. Also, remember that because of the status effect injector rounds, you can see that we are producing fire pools. Ah, here we go. Here's our rat room. We're producing a lot of fire. Oh, hello. Almost killed you there. Kind of forgot these guys start spawning. We can unlock the bullet by saving, is it 5 of these guys? We've just got to hang around in the room for him for a little bit. I mean, while we're doing that, we can try and look for the trapdoor. Ah, here it is. Come on, my guy. Get out of here. Get out of here. My god. Is he actually going to leave, or... How long does it take? Am I doing this right? I swear that you just leave them, the Cape Bulletkin, you just leave them for a while and they eventually get teleported out. But I could have sworn it happened by now. It should have happened by now, right? Is there something weird going on with this room because it's the rat room, maybe? Oh, wait. I bet it's the mushrooms. I bet the mushrooms are causing issues. Because it still thinks there's enemies in the room. Let's see if that helps. I'm giving you 30 more seconds and I'm going to kill you, bud. Nah, he's in his own world. He has absolutely no care in the world. Sorry, bud. I don't know what's happening with you. I'm quickly going to jump down here and just open up my rat door. Before I accidentally use my blanks on other things. Cool. I just like to make sure that I don't accidentally use my blanks on other things. Just get that out of the way with. Also, it kind of it helps me. I'm not saying it guarantees, but it helps me to remember that I'm going to the rat floor. This room's a bit of a bitch. This room's a bit of a bitch. I find that really funny that our rat keys put us so heavily in debt. One thing I'm curious about though is, when I next see the rat key, is it then going to cost 115 like it should, or is it always going to cost 1,000? Like, is it truly bugged? Oh, damn it. We have a synergy for that. And I'm pretty sure it's with this. I'm pretty sure it's with the demon hand, right? It, like, floats around you if you've got the demon hand. Or demon head, whatever this thing's called. Yo. Are these, like, fire pools, like, infinite? They seem to be lasting a very long time. Do not like the fact that I have to pass over this room, but there's a little sliver you can walk on there. Ugh. It's fine, but I'm not happy to see it. Hello, old beggar. Would you like my minus 761 casings? It's quite funny. Honestly, the Big Bertha is kind of low on ammo here, so I think I'm going to use the displacer cannon again on this guy. Oh, wait. Bye. Oh, I was really hoping I could just say bye-bye to one of the mines there. That would have been really funny. Oh, as if I got hit by a stray bullet like that. Oh, that was a terrible bit of damage. I was really hoping to get this flawless as well, because I kind of needed it. I'm kind of curious what happens if I displace the bell that he is, to be honest. That'd be kind of funny. Of course it's the very last bell, god damn it. I can't believe I got hit by a stray bullet there. That's... And again, wow. Really unfortunate. Okay. Health isn't amazing considering we're trying to go rat fight, but remember we're probably not fighting the rat. We're just going to attempt to go down there. I remember on one of my save files, the code, the rat notes, is a backwards C. I think it's right, down, left. So that's what I'm going to try. It might not be this save file, it might not work, but that's what I'm going to try. But I think we will get an unlock for just coming down here, which is rather nice. Dude, the Frost Giant normally only has 130 ammo, right? How come it has so much ammo right now? Is that because we've got, like, these bonus all stats up? I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest. Like, one of my biggest issues with the Frost Giant has always been that it has a fairly low ammo count. I think it's a pretty decent gun. But if it's got whatever it's got now, 250 something, I'm pretty happy with that. Maybe I'm just thinking about it wrong. It used to be, like, way lower, right? It was definitely below 150. I don't know. Okay, we unlocked the weird egg. I think we'll also unlock the cheese heart as well from a modded run. If we go down here. maybe? Cheese heart is something we unlock. Okay, right, right, down, down, left, left. I mean, look at that. It's kind of crushing right now with the extra damage we are going on, so we'll see if this ends up being right. Oh, so far so good. Weapon's actually doing us pretty well right now. Damn it. I was wrong. Okay, we know some of the rooms, but not all of them. I suppose we can test it each run, though, and just kind of get a feel for it. So we know it's right, right, down, but then we don't know what's after that. We're going to have to just maybe wait on the notes. A shame. A shame. I kind of forgot about the whole notes process, to be honest. Genuinely just completely slipped my mind that that was something that you have to do. One moment. We are back. Sorry I had to pause there. We did actually unlock the cheese heart, as I said. I thought the cheese heart wasn't unlocked for going to that floor, so that's at least some unlocks for doing that. Okay. I'm going to use the frost giant for a little bit here, because that thing was actually doing absolute work. Nice. Oh my fuck. Oh, one of the bells. One of the bells from the fight followed us round here. That's so funny. One of the displaced enemies. So it can displace onto the next floor. That's good to know. I thought it could. Okay, we probably just want to play this roll style. There you go. Thank you for the health. Ooh, the ammo right now is really nice. We need that for this bad boy. Honestly, there's a lot of things we need ammo for right now, but I feel like the Big Bertha is our boss killer. It's the thing that can carry us. This thing's doing so much better than I thought with the extra stats it's got on it. Honestly, just use the alien sidearm on these things. No point wasting good ammo. Boom, and Big Bertha. Interesting little room here. All good in here? Okay. Nice, we got him. Posh shop. Can never buy anything from there again. Oh, hello. Again, posh shop. Can never buy anything from you either. Hey, we got the arm. Hello, hello, hello. Honestly, this thing's probably, like, our best bet for just... My G, my guy, you are on the other side of the wall. Don't BS me with that. That was some horse shit right there. Okay. You're good. Okay. Stay in relative safety will be okay. Okay. Extra heart there we don't really need. What is this thing? The variable. Deals double damage if the target you're shooting is different to the last enemy you shot. Favorite sidearm of the famous programmer who came to the Gungeon after being driven insane by the innate questions asked of him by other people. Kind of funny. So basically we want to constantly switch targets with this thing and it'll do very good damage. I mean, the fact that it's already one-shotting is a good sign. One of these guys has the balloon, that's so funny. Bye-bye, arm. I like it. It's a cool idea for a weapon. I don't, however, like this guy just encroaching on my personal space. A gun muncher? Honestly, we've got a lot to munch, so I'm going to feed it 2 guns that have no ammo. Both guns I quite like, mind you, but we're not getting very many red ammo boxes, so I'm just going to go for it. Okay, I thought that was the briefcase full of cash for a second there. It was not. The Deploy UC-25 increases fire rate when swapped to. A heavy bullpup model undercover line of weapons by hegemony arms. Increase fire drastically when swapped to. I mean, we can work with that. And we got you. And we got whatever this is. Mr. Fahrenheit. Nice. Sprint around, leaving a fiery trail. There's no stopping you. So we got a speed boost from that, clearly, and we got a fire trail, which is actually kind of nice because that makes us immune to fire, which helps with a few other things, so... Ow. Okay, I think I'm going to go with Big Bertha and the suitcase thing, so let's... I think we do this, I think we go... The movement speed's actually slightly wigging me out on this fight. Like, having higher movement speed is actually making it slightly harder to dodge. I'm not used to it. Nice. It's a good fight. Really good fight. Omega Bullets. We're getting Alpha and Omega Bullets a lot right now. I'm not going to go down here because honestly I need my health right now as much as I want Explosive Birth. Actually, to be fair, we don't need it that bad. Let's go and check at least, see if it has it. Because if it has Explosive Birth, I definitely want to take it. It does. Okay, we're taking that. You are going to see some crazy shit right now. We're going to be using this thing a lot, and it's going to do some mega damage. Right, let's go. I do only have 10 minutes until I have to go and record. No, not record, sorry. I have to pause to do something else real quick. But I will be able to continue the recording, so do not fear. Do not fear. Okay. Yeah, this thing should be mega with this. Yes, it is. And we've got this thing as a backup because it's got good that extra fire rate when we swap to it. Having extra movement speed for this room is great. Damn. I did find a secret room via doing that, though, so not all bad. This thing has knockback. I think I'm getting slightly knocked back when I'm using this. I mean, we don't have any keys, but luckily this thing doesn't require a key. Oh, it's a mimic, that's why, you cheeky fucker. Hit me with the god... Oh, I should have known. Should have been obvious. Hook and gut. Hooks enemies on hit if enemy is under 10% HP. Reload to reel them in and perform a devastating finishing attack with invincibility frames. Otherwise, if the enemy is over 10% HP, deal damage and create a pool of blood under them. On release, increasing chaos by 1 while held. An unusual harpoon launcher with a hollow stock that serves as a sheath for a wicked hunting knife. Kind of a cool idea. I think it's a little late for this thing to be super useful because we've just got a lot of other good stuff. But I really like the idea of that. I'm going to have to be a bit careful, though, because my health is looking a little bit worse for wear, let's say. A little bit worse for wear. I do find it funny that the little baby dragons can be set on fire. It's quite hilarious. Like, just look at that. Look at that. Hehehe. I'm gonna destroy this in the hopes for health. I got Junkin though. I didn't get health, but I got Junkin. Unfortunately, a little bit late. I probably should have left him on the floor, to be honest, to not unlock him, but hey-ho. Bad damage. I can't even buy health here either, so I'm in a pretty rough spot overall. Thank you for that. I'm gonna say that Junkin gave me that health. We've got another key available here, so let's try and get to that room. Oh no! He took my homing projectiles! You can't have those. More ammo. I guess this thing? With the extra damage, plus the explosive birth, we can fire into the middle of a room and it'll just kill everything in that room. Or almost everything. I don't trust you. And we get our Super Space Turtle as well, are you kidding me? Best Friends Reunited, Jebediah. My very first YouTube series was Enter the Gungeon, and we had a running sort of, I won't say joke, but like an in thing that Junkin was called Jebediah. He shall be renamed right now as Jebediah once again. Jebediah 2. Okay, luckily there isn't an awful lot in there that I care about. We good in here? We're good. Okay, it's boss time. Let's go. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Almost forgot. Okay, this thing should annihilate this guy, so we shouldn't have any issues. Honestly, we want to fire quite slowly with this, because otherwise we're going to waste a lot of ammo. I think one shot every, like, 5 seconds is probably fine. Did I get hit there? I think I did. There you go. And we'll go into the past, and then I'll pause, and we can finish off the past after my pause. Hoo-yah. 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 Oh, that's a bad roll. Hoo-yah. The speed is messing with me a little bit, I'll be honest. There you go. Got the one cycle at least. He's dead. Turtle problem unlocked. Beautiful. So, yeah. The question for next run is, are we actually going to have the Nord key unlocked or not? I'm not entirely sure. But anyways, it's time to go and do our past. Let me shooteth myself in thine face. Huzzah! The gun that can kill the past. Boom bow. Right, yeah, let's get in there. The past for this character is honestly not that difficult. We shouldn't be too hard pushed to defeat it the first time round. I'm hoping I can, but we'll see how we do. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to pause here and we'll be back in a sec. Okay, I know how I said I was going to pause here. I realized upon loading into this floor, I'm still on fire. But I don't have fire immunity anymore. So, like... yeah. Let's just quickly... and then... there you go. Because that's kind of BS. Second time I'll have died to a status effect in the past. Either way, I'm going to pause. Right, let's get this done. We are here. We're ready to go. Let's do the past, shall we? Yeah, as I recall, this is not too hard of a past. We just got to kill this big mustachioed man. But I believe... I can't remember what weapon we get, but I remember it being a decent weapon. As I said, I'm going to skip all the dialogue. You guys have seen this before. Yeah, so in this scenario, kill the easier enemies with the pistol that has infinite ammo, and then save the Tommy gun for fighting the big boss. Good, good. But yeah, can't believe I was just on fire when I started this. That's so funny. Let's dance. Let's boogie-woogie with it. Yeah, I can't remember all of this guy's attacks. But as I said, I remember it not being too hard. And like I said, I remember the strategy of trying to make sure you use the pistol for the easier enemies so that you've got good ammo for the actual hard enemy. There you go. It's just about taking it slowly, not rushing things too much. Took a bit of damage there. Do you know what? While I've got the damage boost, I should probably try and kill him. Okay. Yeah, not having too hard a time with this guy at all. Got your explosives going on. Briefcase cash unlocked. There you go. And then we can head to the car. Hotline Miami style. Let's go. There you go. That is another run done. I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed that, as I have. And like I said, remember to like, comment, sub, all that good stuff. It'll definitely help out the series and keep this series rolling. In terms of upload schedule for this, I've not decided yet, but I'm going to think about it, and I'll probably talk about it in the next episode. It's probably going to be like once every other day. Either way, I hope you guys did enjoy this one. And yeah, I will see you guys next one.